Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy. In today's video, we are going to talk about the sickness radical. Yeah, we even have a radical for sickness. Okay, so now let's get the 填字格 ready and the pens ready. We're going to talk about the sickness radical, and it looks like this. This is the sickness radical. Before we get to any character with the sickness radical, here are several other radical that you need to pay attention to because they are very similar to the sickness radical. And I will list them out on the right side. One is like this. And one is like this. And there's another one like this. And another one like this. This one is building related. This is also building related. And this one is also building and house related. And this one is body. To be more specific, it's dead body related. Okay? And we'll talk about those other radical in the upcoming videos, but in today's video, we are going to focus on the sickness radical. Just to remind you, we have a dot on top, and then 1, 2, and then there's another 2 dots on the left side. And now we are going to list out the character with the sickness radical. And there is a trick to remember. They all have a sickness radical at the outside. That is for the meaning, which is related to sickness, obviously, as the name indicates. And there is something inside right here, and most of them serve as a sound radical. So the example we're going to list in this video, they all have a structure like this: a sickness radical on the outside and a sound radical inside. And now let's get to some example with the sickness radical. And to be honest, there's quite a lot of characters come with this radical, and a lot of them, they are medical term. So I try to list them out from the common to less common, less serious to more serious, and from physical to mental. Okay, so now let's get to our first one. Bing. Bing, just sick. It could be an adjective, and it could be just sickness or disease as a noun. For example, we say somebody got sick. We could say somebody 生病了. So, which means somebody got sick. So, there are some very serious disease and less serious disease. To put it in the easiest way, you can say 大病 大病 big disease, which means just serious disease. So if it's not that serious, you can say that's 小病. Small disease. So it's less serious. And if you want to be very specific, so you just need to say the body part plus the 病. For example, heart disease. Xin zang病. So 心脏 is the heart disease. Then that is 肺病. 肺 is the lung, 病 disease, 肺病. And leg disease. 腿病. 腿 leg 病 disease. And you might notice all of these body parts or the internal organs, like in the 心脏, in the 肺, in the 腿, they all have this radical. So this is the body radical, and also it's the moon radical. And I've talked about it in my other video, the moon radical and the body radical. So if you're interested in learning the body part or reviewing the body part, please check out my other video, the body and moon radical video. I will drop the link down below in the description box. Moving on to the next example. Zheng meaning symptom. And to say symptom, normally we say 症 is the symptom. 状 is the status. So they are together and it also make symptom. And there's some medical term comes with the 症. For example, 炎 症. So as you can see on the 炎, we have the fire radical. we are not just having one fire radical, we have two. So two of them. So which means it's really burning. So that's burn and symptom. And the symptom is that it is something burning your body, and that make inflammation. And let's get to the next word. 癔 郁 症 抑郁症, as we can see on the left side of the 癔, this is the hand radical. And the 癔 itself, it means to restrain, to suppress. Okay, and the 郁 itself, it could mean sad. And the 症 is symptom. So I think you can have a guess here. It's a sickness that restrain your feeling and make you sad. That's the symptom you get. And that is depression. It's a mental disease. Now let's get to the next one. 痔 闭 症 自闭症 The 自 is from the 自己 this one 自己 which meaning self, and 闭 is to close. The 症 is symptom. So it's a disease, and the symptom is that this person close up himself or herself, and that make autism. Let's get to the next one. This is 痒 痒 itchy. Because a lot of disease makes you feel itchy. So the sickness radical right here makes sense. Okay, then the next one even make more sense. 痛 and another one is 疼. Both of them means painful. They could replace to each other all the time. The only difference is that the tone sounds more southern and the 疼 sounds more northern. So you can say any body part plus the tone or the 疼. For example, headache. 头 头痛 toe, head 痛 pain, so head pain, headache. And for example, stomachache, 肚子疼 or 痛 or 疼, any of them. 肚子疼，肚子 is the stomach. 疼 pain, so stomachache, 肚子疼. Or back pain. 背痛，背痛，背 is the back, 痛 is the pain, so back pain, 背痛. Very easy logic. Some disease would make you leave scars, so scars. 疤痕，疤痕 scars. Okay, moving on. Now things getting pretty serious. On this page, we're going to write some characters that mean really serious disease. Be prepared. The first one, sickness radical. And 3 mouth radical inside. And this is I meaning cancer. Yeah, that's really serious. To say cancer in general, we say I 症，癌症 is how we say cancer in general. And to be more specific, same as the logic before, we can say a body part plus the eye. That means any body part plus the cancer. Here are some very cruel example.肺癌 肺is the lung, 癌 is the cancer, 肺癌. And the next one, liver cancer. Gan eye. Gan meaning the liver. Eye is the cancer. And skin cancer. P肤 eye. 皮肤 is the skin. Eye is the cancer. Now things are getting more serious. Let's get to the next one. 瘫痪瘫痪. And as you can see, you might notice inside the 瘫, this is the 难. I know it serves as a sound radical in here. As we mentioned before at the beginning of this video, the sickness radical serves as the meaning radical, and the inside serves as the sound radical. And the 难, obviously, it serves as the sound radical. It gives the an sound to the 贪. And the meaning of it, the 难, it's difficult. So if you bring the meaning difficult to the 瘫痪, it also makes sense because the 瘫痪 means paralyzed. So the 瘫痪, it could be the physically paralyzed, and it could also be the mentally paralyzed. And the paralyzed can also refers to something not body related. I'll give you some example. 电脑瘫痪. So 电脑 is the computer. 瘫痪 is paralyzed. So the computer paralyzed, which means the computer blackout. The computer is not working. Or you can say 系统瘫痪.系统 meaning the system, just any system. It could be the computer system or the work system, just any system. And 瘫痪 is paralyzed. So technically it could mean the system is down. Systems down or not working. Let me give you one more example. That is 交通瘫痪. 交通瘫痪. 交通 is the transportation, and 瘫痪 just paralyzed. So which means the traffic jam is crazy, the transportation is stopped, not working. So move on to the next disease that's also pretty serious, and that is 癫痫 I have to admit that this is a really difficult hanzi to write, and the meaning of it is seizures. Yeah, that's also a really serious disease. Okay, so let's get into the hanzi. For the dian, you can see inside this part is, now we have this on the left. I will just write it bigger so you can see clearly. This is on the left. Make sure you have 3 little horizontal strokes in the square. And for the right part, yes. And as for the xian, the inside, we have a door. And in the door is a wood and tree. Okay, move on to the next page, which is less serious. Let's get to the痣. Meaning mole. Yeah, just the moles on the body, on the face, etc. And there's another thing. This is痘.痘meaning pimples or A's. Something kind of interesting about the痘is the inside. This one, this is痘, of course. It serves as a sound radical. And as for the meaning of it, the痘meaning beans. If it brings the meaning to the痘, it also kind of makes sense, right? The pimples is like a little beans on the body. But yeah, it's the bad bean, not the good bean. Next one. Shou. Shou meaning skinny. Because if you get sick, you get skinny. That also makes sense. And as for the inside, let's pay attention to the inside. It might look a little bit complicated to write, and I will write it again. So we go top left, and then to the top right, and then to connect them, and then vertical, and then the bottom. Okay, this is how we write the inside. And shou is skinny, just to do a little bit of review. To say big and fat, that is a body radical, and this pang, fat. And as you can see in the skinny, we have the sickness radical, and in the pang we have the body radical. I know getting sick, sometimes you will get skinny or you will get fat. It really depends on the situation, but I guess in the ancient time, it's in most cases, if the ancient people get sick, they got skinny. Okay, and move on to the next one. P meaning tired. Usually we can say P lao. P 皮 is tired. 劳 is labor. So 疲劳 is just tired. But wait a second. I know another word for tired, and that is 累. Lay, and that also mean tired. Well, the difference is lay sounds more casual and spoken, and 疲劳 just sounds more formal. Okay, then let's get to the next one. Now let's get to something mentally. And the next one is feng. Feng is crazy. And something interesting about the feng is the inside is this one. Feng obviously it serves as a sound radical. As for the meaning of it, it's wind. And if it brings the meaning to the feng, that kind of also makes sense. Wind are pretty unpredictable, and crazy people, they are also kind of unpredictable. If we say somebody's crazy, then you can say somebody疯了. Somebody 疯了, which means somebody is crazy. And another word about the crazy, we can say feng. Kuang. Yeah. Remember the animal radical we just mentioned in the past two videos? This is the mammal and beast radical. And it also means crazy. So 疯狂 together, it's the word that we use for crazy. And let's get to the next one. Yin. Yin meaning addiction. Just to show you how to write the inside. So you have this on the left, and then this, and then a heart radical underneath. This is yin. It serves as a sound radical here. And the yin itself, the meaning of it, it could mean hide or conceal. I think if you bring the meaning to the yin, it kind of also makes sense, because if you have an addiction, then you would try to hide it, you try to conceal it. Let's get to practical phrases. We can say somebody's get addicted to something. Then we can say in this way is somebody 对 something 上瘾. Okay, sorry, there's not much space to write. Yeah. 对 meaning to. 上瘾 is addicted. Okay, so for example, let's say he is addicted to video games. That would be他对电子游戏上瘾。Right, so 他对电子游戏上瘾。He to 电子 is electric 游戏 games 上瘾 addicted. Okay, finally, let's get to something positive. And we have a sickness radical, but we still can be positive. And let's put the inside. That is 疗. 疗 meaning to cure or to treat medical. Okay, for example, we can say 治疗. 治疗 could means treatment. So that's medical treatment. And we can say 医疗. 医疗, that is a very official name for medical. It's super formal. It should go to paperwork. Okay, for example, we can say 医疗保险. 医疗保险. The 保 means to protect, and the 险 is risk. So 保险 to protect you from the risk, make insurance. So 医疗保险 is the medical insurance. Speaking of medical, here are a few words I want to walk you through because they are similar, but they are referring to something different. And they all have the E word. E. Okay, so let's get to the first one. The first one is, we just talked about it, that is 医疗. And usually it's related to the medical industry. For example, the 医疗保险, because the medical insurance is in the industry. And the second one is 医学. 医学 is the medical, 学 is study, right? So it's the medical study. So it's talk about the research or study, etc. And the third one is 医生. 医生, this is the easiest one. It just refers to the doctor. And the next one is 医院. 医院 is the hospital. And you can see on the 院, this one. This is called the ear radical because it looks like someone's ear. The shape of it looks like someone's ear. So if it's on the left side like this, we will call it the left ear radical. And sometimes it will at the right side, so we will call it the right ear radical. But in general, you can call it the ear radical. And the ear radical usually is related to a place or the location. Yeah, that's a long story, but we'll talk about it in the future video. Okay, then let's get to the last word is 医药. 医药. So the 药 is medicine. So 医药 usually just refers to medicine. And you can see on top of the 药 we have a grass radical, right? Because in the ancient time, people make medicine out of the herbs. Even till today, a lot of Chinese medicine are made of herbs. Well, that's it for the E. So we got a lot of words, and they're kind of similar, but they're referring to a very specific area. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Even though the hanzi we learned today, they're quite negative and sad. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the learning journey and you learned something from this video. And if you want the practice sheet, you can download it from my website. And if you have any thought or idea about today's video, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And I'm Mandy. I'll see you in the next video.